गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अगजाननपद्मार्कं गजाननमहर्निशम् अनेकदं तं भक्तानाम् एकदन्तमुपास्महे। नमस्ते शारदे देवी काश्मीरपुरवासिनी त्वामहं प्रार्थये नित्यं विद्यां बुद्धिं च देहि मे। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्बा त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। गीताशास्त्रमिदं पुण्यं यः पठेत् प्रयतः पुमान् विष्णोः पदमवाप्नोति भयशोकविवर्जितः। गीताध्ययनशीलस्य प्राणायामपरस्य च नैव सन्ति हि पापानि पूर्वजन्मकृतानि च। मलनिर्मोचनं पुंसां जलस्नानं दिने दिने सकृद्गीताम्भसि स्नानं संसारमलनाशनम्। गीता सुगीता कर्तव्या किमन्यैः शास्त्रविस्तरैः या स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखपद्माद्विनिसृता भारतामृतसर्वस्वं विष्णोर्वक्त्राद्विनिसृतं गीता गङ्गोदकं पीत्वा पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। एकं शास्त्रं देवकीपुत्रगीतमेको देवो देवकीपुत्र एव एको मन्त्रस्तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकं तस्य देवस्य सेवा। शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणीन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः मन्दारगन्धसंयुक्तं चारुहासं चतुर्भुजं बर्हि पिच्छावचूडाङ्गं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं रुक्मिणीकेलिसंयुक्तं पीताम्बरसुशोभितम् अवाप्ततुलसीगन्धं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् उत्फुल्लपद्मपत्राक्षं नीलजीमूतसन्निभं यादवानां शिरोरत्नं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि अस्तु okay so we were on shloka 6 we completed shloka 6 so we have to move on to shloka 7 ninth chapter. So in the first 6 shlokas what we learned is this is what is the name of the adhyaya here. Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yogaha. So basically here Paramatma is telling us about the Paramatma Tattva Jnanam, how one can acquire that and what is that Jnanam, all that will be explained here. So it is the most secret. It is considered to be a secret, not because it is meant to be kept away from us, but because it is not acquired easily by many of us. So to understand this also, one needs to have that kind of maturity and open-mindedness to be able to understand. And of course, our like Purva Janma karmas also, samskaras and karmas also play a big role in being able to acquire that opportunity to understand the Paramatma Tattva Jnanam. So how one should conduct himself to be able to even understand this. That is the reason why it is called Guhyatamam. Not because it is being kept as, it does not mean that it is being kept as a secret. It is welcome to be known or understood by everyone, but one should be able to take it with a positive mind, not to criticize. So that is also another thing that Paramatma explains once and again. So it should not be ridiculed. The um, things that Paramatma is conveying to us many times were ridiculed. Like even if we look into Mahabharatam, Shishupala always ridiculed what Sri Krishna was saying. And some were simply reluctant to accept, like Dhritarashtra, for example. So even after he was given the opportunity of the Vishwarupam, when Sri Krishna goes there for Rayabaram, he was given the opportunity of seeing the Vishwarupam of the Paramatma. And he realizes, and he even says that he doesn't want his vision anymore after the Vishwarupam. After seeing Vishwarupam, he says, I don't want to see anything else after seeing your Vishwarupam. So again, take away my eyesight. So he realized that much, but he was not able to put it into practice. Even after that, he could not how do you say, convince his sons. He could not convince his sons to follow the right path. So he was still longing for them to win the war and so on. So he was, though he realized that Paramatma himself, came to him and was requesting, justice, but he still couldn't go through with it. So some people are like that. Some people are unable to see. Some people criticize, like Shishupala, like this. And then the Duryodhana and his brothers, the Kauravas. So they practically grew up with Krishna, so they know the nature of Krishna, but in spite of that, they are unable to see what he was saying was for the benefit of everybody. So like this, there are many kinds of people. Um, so it has to be revealed only to people who are open to understand and take it in a positive way. So in that sense, we can take the Guhyatamam. So that is what we studied in until the 6th shloka. And now in the 7th shloka, so Savitri Bhagini.
हाँ भगिनी. सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकां कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्. सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकां कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजामि अहम्. सर्वभूतानि अकारांत नपुंसकलिंग प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन. कौन्तेय संबोधन प्रथमा विभक्ति अकारांत पुल्लिंग प्रथमा संबोधन प्रथमा विभक्ति. प्रकृतिम इकारांत स्त्रीलिंग द्वितीय विभक्ति एकवचन. यान्ति या धातु प्रथम पुरुष बहुवचन. मामिकां द्वितीय विभक्ति एकवचन. भगिनी मामिकां प्रातिपदिकं किं भवति, किम् अस्ति?
Sarvabhutanam, like Mamikam Prakritim Yanti. From me, we can
from
take
me.
it.
Mamikam.
Madiyam Prakritim. So Trigunatmika. The Prakriti is Trigunatmika. And the three Trigunas are also from the Paramatma. So Mamikam is like coming from the Paramatma himself.
Okay. Okay. कल्पक्षये अकारांत पुल्लिंग सप्तमी विभक्ति एकवचन. पुनस्थानि प्रथमा विभक्ति बहुवचन. कल्पादौ पुल्लिंग एव. द्वितीय विभक्ति एकवचन. कल्पादौ
अधिकरणं, so सप्तमी विभक्ति.
कल्पादौ. Sorry, सप्तमी.
सप्तमी एकवचन.
सप्तमी एकवचन. Oh, yes. Sorry. विसृजामि. विसृजामि उत्तम पुरुष एकवचन. सृज धातु वि उपसर्ग परस्मैपद. अहम अस्म शब्दस्य प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन.
So here Mamikam, Mamika, Akaranta Strilinga Shabda, you can take it as. Basically, it is Asmad Shabdasya and Pratyayam.
Mamika.
So it creates my, like mine.
Okay.
Mamakaha also is there, if you remember in the very first shloka.
Yeah, yes.
So similarly.
Okay. पदार्थः. कौन्तेय कुन्ती पुत्र. कल्पक्षये प्रलयकाले सर्वभूतानि समस्तभूतानि मामिकां मदीयां प्रकृतिं त्रिगुणात्मिकां प्रकृतिं यान्ति प्राप्नुवन्ति. अहं कल्पादौ अहं सृष्टिकाले पुनः भूयः तानि भूतानि विसृजामि उत्पादयामि. अन्वयः. कौन्तेय कल्पक्षये सर्वभूतानि मामिकां प्रकृतिं यान्ति. पुनः कल्पादौ तानि अहं विसृजामि. तात्पर्यं. हे अर्जुन, यदा कल्पस्य क्षयः भवति तदा सर्वाण्यपि भूतानि मायारूपां मम शक्तिं प्रविशन्ति अर्थात् तत्रैव लीयन्ते यदा पुनः कल्पस्य आरम्भः तदा निलीनानि तानि सर्वाण्यपि भूतानि पुनः अहं सृजामि माधवमतं प्रलयकाले जीवजडजातानि मदधीनां त्रिगुणात्मिकां प्रकृतिं यान्ति व्याकरणं कल्पक्षये कल्पस्य क्षयः तस्मिन् षष्ठी तत्पुरुष कल्पादौ कल्पस्य आदिः तस्मिन् षष्ठी तत्पुरुष
So here kriyapadam kim
विसृजामि
द्वितीयम् अपि अस्ति तत् किं
मामिकं प्रकृतिं यान्ति
यान्ति so यान्ति क्रियापदस्य कर्तृपदं किं
प्रकृतिं यान्ति कल्पक्षय सर्वभूतानि
सर्वभूतानि यान्ति कुत्र यान्ति और
प्रकृतिं यान्ति
मामिकां प्रकृतिं यान्ति हाँ so कदा यान्ति कल्पक्षये so at the end of the yugadi like yugante at yugante mamikam prakritim yanti means to go sarva bhutani will leenam bhavati means they will disappear into this prakriti like how when a person dies and when we cremate the body disintegrates and gets mixed in the
Panchabhuta.
Like that.
Okay.
So Sarva Bhutani, and what is that Prakriti? None other than, again, that which is created by the Paramatma. So Mamikam Prakritim Yanti. Sarva Bhutani. Kada Kalpakshaye. Punaha Kalpadau Tani Aham Visrujami. Again, the same, creatures will be created. The Bhuta created by me.
Yes.
Punaha Aham Tani Visrujami. At the beginning of the Kalpadi.
Kalpa. Yes.
Anantaram. Toshali Bhagini Patitum Ichchati va?
प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनमिमं कृष्णं वशं प्रकृतेर्वशात् प्रकृतिं इकारांत स्त्रीलिंगी द्वितीय एकवचन स्वाम अवष्टभ्य
Swam is also Strilinga Shabda, Dvitiya Vibhakti, Ekavachana. Swam Prakritim. Okay, our own. Swam is in the sense of our own Prakritim. Avashtabhya.
Avashtabhya. Pratipadikam kim?
So this is a Lyabanta. So Ava Upasarga Sthambh Dhatu. Avashtabhya. Means taking. Kim Bhagini? Avyayam Bhavati. Kimartam tat Lyabantam. Lyabantam Kvantam Dvavapi Avyayani. So Avashtabhya is a Lyabanta here. Ava Upasarga Stambh Dhatu. So it means after taking the form of our own Prakriti. Visrijami. Punaha Punaha. Okay. Prakritim Swam Avashtabhya. Visrijami Punaha Punaha. So Visrijami again we Upasarga Srij Dhatu. Uttama Purusha Ekavachana.
पुनः अव्यय भूतग्रामम् इमं भूतग्रामं द्वितीय एकवचन इमं
also is ekavachana both shabdas
कृष्णं वशं कृष्णम् अवशम कृष्णं द्वितीय एकवचन वशम also द्वितीय एकवचन
Avasham. It is Avasham. Kritsna
अवशम हाँ या
also Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekavachana.
प्रकृते प्रकृतिवशात्
Prakritehe. Prakriti. Ikaranta Strilinga. Shashti Ekavachana.
वशात् पंचमी एकवचन अवशात् पदार्थः स्वां स्वकीयां प्रकृतिं शक्तिम् अवष्टभ्य अवलंब्य प्रकृतेः वशात् स्वभाववशात् अवशं कर्मपरतन्त्रम् इमम् अमुं कृष्णं सर्वं भूतग्रामं भूतसमुदायं पुनः पुनः भूयो भूयः विसृजामि उत्पादयामि स्वाम् अन्वयः स्वां प्रकृतिम् अवष्टभ्य प्रकृतेः वशात् अवशम् इमं कृष्णं भूतग्रामं पुनः पुनः विसृजामि तात्पर्यम् यावन्ति भूतानि कल्पक्षये प्रकृतौ लीनानि सन्ति कल्पादौ तु तामेव प्रकृतिम् अधिष्ठाय तान्येव सर्वाणि भूतानि पुनः सृजामि व्याकरणम् अवष्टभ्य अवयोगस्तम्भु योगल्यप् भूतानां ग्रामः तं भूतग्रामं षष्ठीपुरुषः न वशः अवशः न तत्पुरुष
So here Kriyapadam Kim? Visrujami.
विसृजामि
Kartrupadam asti va? Uttama Purusha Ekavachana Ataha Aham iti eva
अहं
Kartrupadam bhavati. Karmapadam Kim? Aham Kim
प्रकृतिं प्रकृतिं
Bhutagramam. Bhutagramam Visrujami. Aham Bhutagramam Visrujami. I will create all the Bhutani. Okay, the collection of all the Bhutani is termed as Bhutagramam. Aham Bhutagramam Visrujami. Kidrisham Bhutagramam, Avasham Bhutagramam, Kritsnam Bhutagramam, Imam Bhutagramam. Okay, so the Bhutagramam, Kritsnam is completely all the Bhutani. All these Bhutani, Avasham, as though it is as though Avasham is more like involuntarily. So there is nothing that is stopping. Automatically it will happen. Prakritehe vashat. And how is this happening? Prakritehe vashat. By their very own nature. So when these beings are being born again, how is it happening? How is the Paramatma creating these beings? Does he have a choice in it? Like, I want this jiva to be born like, I want this jiva to be born like that. Does he have a choice there? No, he does not. That is what avasham means. It happens without his vasham, without his control. And where is this control? In the nature of that object. So when a jiva dies or leaves the sharira and comes into another sharira, the Paramatma has no role into which sharira that jivatma goes. It happens according to prakritehe vashat, means depending on its own nature of that jivatma. Its own nature in the sense, depending on the karmas that jivatma has done in the previous lives. Depending on that, it enters into the next sharira. So there is no prameya. There is no prameya. He only creates it. He only creates, he makes sure that the life that has gone into the prakriti is coming back. But how it comes back and all depends on their own nature, their own samskaras from the previous lives. That is why here avasham is used. That we have to understand. So all the beings that dissolve into the Prakriti, again come back. That part is there. He does it. Paramatma says that I do that. But he does not have control over how they come back. That all depends upon their own samskaras. Whatever samskaras they have done, it depends on that. Prakritehe vashat, they are born. Okay, Swam Prakritim Avashtabhya. Again, here also it is emphasizing on the fact that they come back based on their own Prakriti. Swam Prakritim Avashtabhya, Prakritehe Vashat, Punaha Punaha Visrujami. Okay, so Bhutagramam Visrujami. So here Avasham can also be taken as Kriya Visheshana. It can also be taken as Kriya Visheshana. Avasham Visrujami, or it can be taken as a Visheshana to Bhutagrama. Okay. So here,
Okay.
Visrujami is different meaning, isn't it? Visrujami means tektva. Visrujya tektva.
no. To create.
Visrujya. Only creation, only the meaning.
Visrujya. There is no yakara there. Visrujami. It is like Srujami only.
Then tektva means tva pratyam. If you want to put tva pratyam, Visrujya is it?
That is Lyabanta. It becomes Lyabanta. Why? Because V Upasarga is there. We cannot do the Kvanta. It has to be a Lyabanta only.
Okay. Then Visrujya is
Visrujya will be the
Tektva means Tektva. What is the other one? Visrujya. Is it correct? Tektva.
So you're asking if Tyaktva and Visrujya are the same.
Are the same?
No, it shouldn't. Here, Srij Dhatu with the V Upasarga could be emphasizing on the Dhatvartha.
Oh.
So Visrij is to still create, to emit, to flow. It has many meanings. But it does not say, it can also be like to give up.
Visrujya.
It can also mean to give up, to hand over, like to remove. That also is there. That meaning is also there. To remove also is there.
Visrujya.
Oh. Visrujya will become Lyabanta. Visrujya is the Dhatu and V is the Upasarga. It has both meanings. V Upasarga can be used to enhance the meaning of the Dhatu and also sometimes to reverse the meaning of the Dhatu. In this particular case, it is being used in both ways. So it can be used in both meanings.
Okay. Thank you.
So here it is used in the sense of Utpadayami. Srijami only. So it is only reinforcing the meaning of the Srij Dhatu.
Utpatti. Okay. Thank you.
So Vashat, Prakritehe Vashat means Swabhava Vashat. Okay, as per the Swabhava of the Atma, of the Jivatma.
Okay.
So that is how it is. Here a little bit of more elaboration will be given in the next shloka about how Paramatma is not responsible for how a Jivatma will come back. He will create, they will disappear into the Prakriti or dissolve into the Prakriti and then be reborn again. Up until there, it is his action. But how they come back depends completely on the samskaras of that particular Jivatma. So if they do Satkarma Charana and without detachment and all, they proceed in their path. Otherwise, they will be stuck in the same cycle for a longer period. Okay. So next shloka, Surya Bhagini.
నిరాణ గారు వస్తున్నారు ఇక్కడికి. ఆవిడకి లింక్ పెట్టాను కానీ ఆవిడ వింటారో తెలియదు, అంటే వినగలరో లేదో తెలియట్లేదు, ఆవిడకి చెవులు పనిచేయట్లేదు అనమాట.
ఎవరు?
అల్లిరాణి గారు అని ఉన్నారు కదా మన గ్రూప్ లోను.
ఆ, ఆ, ఆ.
ఆవిడకి మెసేజ్ పెట్టమంటే పెట్టాను లింకు.
ఆ.
ఆవిడ వినగలుగుతారో లేదో తెలియదు, ట్రై చేస్తాను అన్నారు అనమాట.
ఓకే,
చదవమంటే చదవగలరు కానీ వినలేరు అనుకుంటా.
ఓకే, ఓకే.
అదే వస్తానని చెప్పారు, మరి ఏం చేస్తారో తెలియదు.
వచ్చారు ఆవిడ.
వచ్చారా?
ఉన్నారు.
ఓహో, ఓకే,
ఉమ్.
సరే. నచ మాం తాని కర్మాణి నిబధ్నంతి ధనంజయ ఉదాసీనం అసక్తం తేషు కర్మసు నా అవ్యయం చ అవ్యయం మాం అధశబ్ద ద్వితీయ విభక్తి ఏకవచనం తాని తద్శబ్ద నపుంసకలింగ బహువచనం కర్మాణి కర్మన్ శబ్ద బహువచనం
ప్రథమా విభక్తి.
బహువచనం కాదు, ప్రథమ విభక్తి బహువచనం. కర్మన్ శబ్దం నకారాంత లింగ శబ్దం. నిబధ్నంతి ని ఉపసర్గ బద్ధ ధాతు వైది
బంధ్.
బంధ
ఉమ్.
బహువచనం ప్రథమ పురుష బహువచనం. తట్లకారం ధనంజయ సంబోధన. ఉదాసీనం అసక్తం తాప్రత్యయం ద్వితీయ విభక్తి ఏకవచనం. తేషు అధస్ శబ్దం తత్శబ్దం కదా, తత్శబ్దం పుల్లింగం బహువచనం సప్తమి విభక్తి. కర్మసు
కర్మసు నకారాంత నపుంసకలింగ సప్తమి బహువచనం.
సప్తమి బహువచనం. పదార్థ ధనంజయ అర్జున ఉదాసీనవత్ ఉపేక్షవత్ ఆసీనం తిష్టంతం తేషు కర్మసు తేషు కర్మ విశేషేషు అసక్తం చ మాం అసంగం మాం తాని కర్మణి కర్మ విశేషాః నా నిబధ్నంతి నా సంయచ్చంతి అన్వయః ధనంజయ తేషు కర్మసు అసక్తం చ ఉదాసీనవత్ ఆసీనం మాం తాని కర్మాణి నా నిబధ్నంతి. తాత్పర్యం: యద్యపి అహం ప్రకృతిం అవలంబ్య సృష్ట్యాదీని కార్యాణి కరోమి తథాపి తత్ర నిరపేక్షతయా స్థితిరితి హేతోః తాని కర్మాణి మాం న బధ్నంతి. వ్యాకరణం: ఆసీనః ఆస్ ప్లస్ లట్ శానచ్ ఉదాసీనవత్ ఉదాసీన ప్లస్ వత్ తుల్యార్థే ఉదాసీనః ఇవ ఇది వివక్షితోర్థః.
సో అత్ర క్రియాపదం కిం?
నిబధ్నంతి.
నిబధ్నంతి. కహ నిబధ్నంతి और कानि निबध्नन्ति?
तेषु निबध्नन्ति.
तेषु सप्तमी. So कर्तृपदम be in prathama vibhakti or tritiya vibhakti if it is in karmani prayoga.
कर्मसा सक्तम.
कानि निबध्नन्ति कर्माणि
निबध्नन्ति.
The kriya padam is we have na nibadhnanti. That is the kriya padam. Na nibadhnanti. कानि न निबध्नन्ति कर्माणि न निबध्नन्ति. तानि कर्माणि न निबध्नन्ति. तेषु न निबध्नन्ति कर्मसु. कर्मसु तानि कर्माणि न निबध्नन्ति. काम न निबध्नन्ति और कम न निबध्नन्ति. माम न निबध्नन्ति. माम तेषु कर्मसु तानि कर्माणि न निबध्नन्ति. कीदृशं माम? असक्तं माम उदासीनवत् आसीनं माम. So here Paramatma is saying that I will not be tied by these karmas. So now the question is, you have created You are destroying, and at the at the Yuganta, everything is dissolving in the Prakriti, you are saying, and you are saying you are the one who is dissolving everything, all the Bhutani into the Prakriti. You are saying you are again recreating them in the Kalpadavu. So how can you not be, not be attached? Or why will these karmas not be bound to you? If that question, if somebody gets. So as an answer, Paramatma is saying that these karmas do not bind me. Why do they not bind him? Because asaktam mam. He is asaktaha. He does not have any enthusiasm in what is happening. And udasinavat asinam mam. Asinam means existing or being there. How is he being there? Udasinavat. And what does udasina mean? Without any kind of enthusiasm or asakti or participation. It is like sometimes when two people are arguing, there will be a third person who does not interfere at all. He will simply be watching, what is going on there, but he is not interested or involved, or he does not take side, or he does not take anything that is happening personally. Like that, you can consider something like that. So here, Paramatma is there. He is seeing at the end of the Srishti, everything is getting dissolved, and again everything is being born. But again, he is the reason for the creation to be born again. But in that process, he does not get bound because he does not have any asakti about what is going to happen to it. It is like we can also take it like any kind of how do you say that? Say, for example, a potter who makes pots. He makes pots. He makes hundreds and hundreds of pots, and they will, he will send them away. He doesn't even know what is going to happen to them. Some of them might get destroyed. Some of them can be preserved for years and years. Many things can happen to many of those pots. Some are used in a very nice way in a puja or something. Some are simply used somewhere on the roadside or something like that. But does he, when he's making the pot, does he have any preference for one or the other? No, he simply makes them. It is his duty to make, and that's it. How that pot is going to be used, he does not have any kind of enthusiasm or asakti in it. He simply makes and sends it away. Like how a weaver weaves and sends it away. He does not know how that particular cloth or fabric is going to be used. Similarly, but he does it with utmost shraddha, right? So similarly, here also, Paramatma does his job of creating, but he does not have any asakti in his creation or any particular attachment. So whatever karmas he does, because he does it without any kind of asakti, and of course there is no phalapeksha. So that is the reason why the karmas do not bind him. Do not bind him. Okay. Any questions? Okay. So Anantaram, so Alivelu Bhagini can read. Or let us ask first Shashikala Bhagini. Shashikala Bhagini?
Hello, Bhagini.
Ah.
अहं बहिम् अस्मि केवलं अयं शृणोमि
Okay.
पठितुं न शक्नोमि थैंक यू धन्यवाद
शशिकला भगिनी
भगिनी अहं प्रयत्नं करोमि
आम्
दशमः श्लोकः खलु
यस्
मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृतिः सूयते सचराचरम् हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय जगद्विपरिवर्तते मया अस्मत् सर्वनामस्य तृतीया एकवचनम् अध्यक्षेण अध्यक्षः अकारान्त पुल्लिङ्गशब्दस्य तृतीया एकवचनम् प्रकृतिः इकारान्त स्त्रीलिङ्गशब्दस्य प्रथमा एकवचनं सूयते सु धातुः लट्लकारः प्रथमपुरुषः एकवचनं सचराचरं सचराचर द्वितीया एकवचनं
हेतुना हे हेतुशब्दस्य पुल्लिङ्गशब्दस्य
तृतीया
तृतीया एकवचनम् आम्
तृतीया
अनेन
एक हेतुना like
हेतुना
गुरुणा उकारान्त
गुरुणा समानं किल तृतीया एकवचनम् अनेन इदं शब्दस्य पुल्लिङ्गशब्दस्य तृतीया एकवचनं कौन्तेय संबोधनं जगत् नपुंसकलिंग शब्दस्य हलन्त तकारान्त नपुंसकलिंग शब्दस्य प्रथमा एकवचनं विपरिवर्तते वि योगपरि योगवृत् लट्लकारः प्रथम पुरुषः एकवचनं पदार्थः पठनीयः वा
पठतु भगिनि
कौन्तेय अर्जुन मया अध्यक्षेण साक्षीभूतस्य मम सन्निधिमात्रेण प्रकृतिः माया सचराचरं सजङ्गमस्थावरं जगत् सूयते उत्पादयति अनेन एतेन हेतुना कारणेन जगत् प्रपञ्चः विपरिवर्तते विपरिणमते अन्वयः कौन्तेय अध्यक्षेण मया प्रकृतिः सचराचरं सूयते अनेन हेतुना जगत् विपरिवर्तते तात्पर्यं साक्षीभूतस्य मम सन्धिमात्रेण प्रकृतिरियं स्थावरजङ्गमात्मकम् इमं प्रपञ्चम् उत्पादयति उत्पन्नश्च सः मत्सन्निधिवशादेव नानाकारः प्रतिभासते
सो अत्र क्रियापदं
सूयते
सूयते द्वितीयमपि अस्ति
विपरिवर्तते
विपरिवर्तते सूयते इत्युक्ते उत्पादयते ओके प्रोड्यूस्ड कया सूयते
मया
मया अध्यक्षेण और अध्यक्षेण मया अध्यक्षा means he who directs, right? Adhyaksha means he who directs. So here I am acting as an adhyaksha here. So me as an adhyaksha, I am creating this jagat, this prakriti. Prakriti suyate. Adhyakshena maya prakriti suyate. Sacharacharam suyate. So in this the charachara jagat is being created by me. And jagat anena hetuna viparivartate. This hetu, what is this hetu? So here this adhyakshena, here it is given as sakshi bhutasya mama sannidhi matrena. So here this adhyaksha, he only is acting as a instrument in the creation of this prakriti. Just a sakshi bhuta. I am only the sakshi bhuta. Means I have nothing to do in the selection or what will be born as what, who will be born as what. I am not involved in that. Only as a adhyaksha, as a creator, I am just the creator. Only in my direction, the prakriti will be recreated, or the characharam will be created in this prakriti. They will again take form. Okay, this whole jagat will be created, and but in every creation, they will take different form depending on their purva janma samskaras. I have nothing to do. I have nothing to do in the process. So this whole world revolves in that process of destruction and creation. Okay, so viparivartate means that process of getting destroyed and again being created. Okay, in all kinds of forms, Nanakaraha pratibhasate. So I have no control over that. I only act as an adhyaksha, means like Sakshi Bhuta. I only watch what is happening, but they take their own forms, like how it is said in the previous shloka, depending on their samskaras, depending on their swabhavas, they come back. And this happens again and again. In different forms also it will happen. Like not only for the humans, all the charachara, the moving and the immovable. Like we also believe that the plants also are a part of that, right? Like how animals, all the pranis and even the non-living things, the movable, immovable, living, like we categorize them as non-living, but even the non-living things can, the jivatma can take the form of a non-living thing also. We are categorizing it as a non-living thing, but in the bigger picture, that also has a role. So when somebody does something really, really bad, they become a non-living thing. And after so many years or yugas, they will be born as a living being, according to our diction. And again, they climb up the ladder depending on their, samskaras, whatever they have done or how bad it is. Like, say, for example, as a human, if somebody does something very bad, they might have to take a quick birth as something else, and immediately that might be over. We discussed in the last class how it happened with that student, right? He does not have faith in the guru. So what happens? He will be born as a frog, and then immediately that life is ended and he will be born as a dog, and then again he will come back as a human. So like that sometimes. Why? Because of the what has he done? He was not having faith in the guru, and he will blame the guru for his for whatever they did. So thinking that they have done, they have suggested whatever they suggested, not in the best interest of him. So thinking like, so he misunderstood his guru. So for that reason, he was born as a frog and then as a dog and then again as a human. That also he will again take it in a wrong sense. But sometimes, you have to just clear your karmas to move forward, the good or bad. So that all we discussed in the last class. So like that here also, they will be born or they take different forms depending on their samskaras, and that nothing is in the hands of the Paramatma. He is only a sakshi there. When a jivatma dissolves and when it is born again, what form it takes, he is only watching. That's all. He doesn't have anything to do with what form that jivatma will take. He is only a sakshi. Okay. Any other questions here?
पुनः कर्म एव प्रत्येकस्य कर्म एव सर्वस्य कारणम्.
Yes. And sometimes you might be wondering, so how can immovable object do any kind of karma? So how will their next life be determined? That question also arises among us. So for that, how we have to look at it is, now as a human, a particular person might have done so much of satkarma charana, and they might have done one small mistake, like this Vidyarthi in the previous class that we discussed. So otherwise, he was a very educated person and on the right path, and he's seeking the right path. But he did one small dosha, and because of that, he had to clear it. So he takes the form of a frog and then a dog and then comes back. So as a frog, did he do any satkarma charana to become a dog? No. But as a frog, living as a frog for so much of time, it will clear his sins to some extent. Whatever he has done, for that he is paying by being born as a frog. And then he will have to, depending on what kind of dosha he performed, how much time he will be in that life will be determined. And once that is cleared, then he will again take another form. Like how a student is given a punishment of standing up. So while he is standing, is he doing anything? No, but the teacher will make him stand for 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes, she decides, okay, for whatever mistake he did, like talking in the class or whatever. For that mistake, standing up for 10 minutes, she feels that he's done. That's it. So whatever mistake he did, standing up for 10 minutes, it is paid, done. So now again, he will start with a clean sheet, like that. Like that, we have to understand. So when they are born again as a tree or some other animal, what can they do to climb up again and be born as a human? Is some not always that is how it is. They are simply clearing some of their bad deeds by being born in such a low life. That is considered as a low life. But again, we should not look at it as a low life. Why? Because Paramatma asked us to look at him in every living being. So we have to look at everything and think that it is Paramatma Swarupam itself. But again, when everything is Paramatma Swarupam, why are we considering it as a lower life? Why? Because in that life, the Jivatma cannot do any kind of sadhana. They cannot do any kind of sadhana. It is again comparing with the student who is standing while all of his classmates are nicely doing some painting or coloring or some games. This person is standing aside, not doing anything. So that 10 minutes of his time is wasted without doing anything because he's paying for what he has, for the mistake that he has done. So he is not able to make use of that 10 minutes and do something more. While other children are, they might be working on something, creating, some craft or drawing a picture or whatever. So they have something extra that they have done, utilizing their time in the right way because they have not done any mistake. The time is not taken away from them. Similarly, we also, if we follow everything nicely and move forward, we will not be wasting our time. We will be moving forward. If we do this and that not very good things, then some of our time is taken away in the form of being born as something else, during which time we cannot do any kind of sadhana. So that is how we have to look at it. Not like that is a low thing or that is a bad janma or anything. But we have to look at it as, because we have to respect every creature in this world. That is what we studied in the previous adhyaya. Paramatma is there in everything. We have to practice to see Paramatma in everything. Then why is this considered as a low life? It is not a low life. It is only that we cannot do our sadhana in that life. So that way our time is taken away from us. So we are being pushed back in our path. So we have to again, some extra time it will take for us to get back onto our path. So that is how we need to see. Okay.
धन्यवादः भगिनी, बहु सम्यक्.
Yeah, and many times that comparison with, certain things, if we look at it that way only, then we will be able to understand easily. So when I'm trying to understand something, that is how I think to make it easy to understand. So that is why I'm sharing. I'm hoping it's okay. Okay, so going on to the 11th shloka. Allirani Bagini, Patitum Ichchati va?
Madam, अहं पठामि. I cannot hear properly, but I can read.
Okay.
अवजानन्ति मां मूढा मानुषीं तनुमाश्रितं परं भावमवजानन्तो मम भूतमहेश्वरम्. Madam, one thing, madam, I got gold medal in Bhagavad Gita.
Oh, very nice. Bagini, congratulations.
Thank you, madam. Just with this condition only, I went to Mysore and told last Monday.
Uttamam, bahu uttamam.
Thanks, madam. धन्यवादः. अवजानन्ति, अव उपसर्ग, जानन्ति, जानन्ति परस्मैपदी लट्लकारं बहुवचनं. माम् अस्मत् शब्दः द्वितीय एकवचनं. मूढाः विसर्गलोपः.
मूढाः विसर्गा अस्ति.
मूढाः बहुवचनं.
पुंलिङ्ग प्रथमा विभक्ति बहुवचनं.
प्रथमा विभक्ति बहुवचनं. पुल्लिङ्गं मानुषीं मानुष अकारान्त मानुषशब्दः द्वितीय एकवचनम्
ईकारान्त स्त्रीलिङ्ग द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचनं
मानुषी कदा एकारान्तशीलकं द्वितीय एकवचनं तनुम् आश्रितं तनुः उकारान्त पुल्लिङ्गं पुल्लिङ्गशब्दः द्वितीय एकवचनम् आश्रितम् आश्रितशब्दः आश्रितम्
आश्रितं you can take it as th pratyayam द्वितीया विभक्ति एकवचन
द्वितीय एकवचन आश्रितः आश्रितं
तनुम पुल्लिङ्गं वा
पुल्लिङ्ग
Tanu, both
एकवचनं
are there. You can take both. Why? Because here mam is asmad shabdaha. It can be taken in trilinga and any of the lingas, and here it is representing Paramatma. So Tanum is there in Pumlinga, Ukaranta Pumlinga, Strilinga, both are there. We can take both. Anything. We can take Pumlinga. Why? Because Manushi, actually Manushi is Strilinga. So but Mam here is representing Paramatma, which is in Pumlinga. And Ashritam is also in Pumlinga. But Manushi is in Strilinga. So Tanum you can take either way. These are all Visheshanas to Mam.
Okay.
परम् अकारान्त पुल्लिङ्ग द्वितीय एकवचनं भावम् अजानन्तो भावम् अकारान्त पुल्लिङ्गसप्तमं भावं नपुंसकलिङ्गं
Pumlinga only.
पुल्लिङ्ग द्वितीय एकवचनं जानन्तः मम जानन्तो मम निसर्ग अकार सकार
Ajanantah.
गुणवचनं जानन्तः परस्मैपदी बहुवचनं मैडम
This is Shatranta. Dvitiya Shatranta. We have to take it as Shatranta. Ajananta.
जानन् शत्रं
Jnadhatu.
ज्ञाधातु जानन् शत्रु
Correct.
ज्ञानन्तः शत्रुप्रत्यय प्रमाव्युक्ति बहुवचनं
Yes.
मम अस्मत्सप्तः मम षष्ठी विभक्ति एकवचनं भूतमहेश्वरं भूतमहेश्वरः अकारान्त पुल्लिङ्गशब्दः द्वितीय एकवचनं पदार्थः मम मम परं भावं श्रेष्ठं तत्त्वम् अजानन्तः अनवगच्छन्तः मूढाः अविवेकिनः मानुषीं मानवीं तनुं मूर्तिम् आश्रितं प्राप्तं भूतमहेश्वरं भूतानाम् अधिपं माम् अवजानन्ति मां परिभवन्ति अन्वयः मम परं भावम् अजानन्तः मूढाः मानुषीं तनुम् आश्रितं मां भूतमहेश्वरम् अवजानन्ति तात्पर्यं सर्वेषां भूतानाम् ईश्वरोऽहं भक्तेच्छावशात् मनुष्यरूपेण भौमौ अवतीर्णः अस्मि मम इमं मानुष्याकारं दृष्ट्वा अविवेकिनः अयं साधारणः इति भावयन्तः तिरस्कुर्वन्ति रामानुजस्य मतं भूतमहेश्वरः अन्यत्र देहमात्रपरमेश्वरः जीवात्मा इत्युक्तम् अत्र सर्वभूतानां महेश्वरः परमात्मा एकः एव इति वक्तव्यम् व्याकरणं मनुष्यस्य इयमिति इदमर्थे अण् प्रत्ययः स्त्रीत्वे णीप् भूतमहेश्वरः भूतानां महेश्वरः तं षष्ठी तत्पुरुषः धन्यवादः भगिनी
धन्यवादः भगिनी सो क्रियापदं किम् अत्र
अवजानन्ति
के अवजानन्ति
भूत मानुषीं मूढाः
अवजानन्ति कीदृशाः मूढाः अवजानन्ति
मूढाः अवजानन्ति
कीदृशाः मूढाः अवजानन्ति?
मानुषीं तनुमाश्रितं मूढा मानुष्यम्
अजानन्तः मूढाः अवजानन्ति. What kind of मूढाः अवजानन्ति? अजानन्तः मूढाः अवजानन्ति.
अजानन्तः मूढाः अवजानन्ति.
अजानन्तः मूढाः अवजानन्ति. काम् और कम् अवजानन्तः मूढाः अवजानन्ति?
मूढाः क्या मैडम?
We are saying मूढाः अवजानन्ति. Okay? So the मूढाः do like avajananti is like ridiculing or avamaninchadam. Kam avajananti mam avajananti.
माम् अवजानन्ति.
Avajananti. Kidrishaah मूढाः mam avajananti. Ajanantah मूढाः
अजानन्तः मूढाः अवजानन्ति.
Kam avajanantah मूढाः ఏమి తెలియని వాళ్ళు నన్ను అవహేళన చేస్తున్నారు. పరమం మమ భావం అజానంతః మూఢాః మాం అవజానంతి. అంటే నా భావాన్ని, నన్ను, నేను చెప్పేది నా భావాన్ని తెలుసుకోలేని వాళ్ళు అజానంతః మూఢాః మాం అవజానంతి. కీదృశం మాం అవజానంతి? భూతమహేశ్వరం మాం అవజానంతి. మానుషీం తనుం ఆశ్రితం మాం అవజానంతి. So what is Parameshwara trying to tell here is, he is trying to help people move forward in their path. So he is telling how to live, how to conduct ourselves, what to do, how to perform the Satkarma Charana. All this he is explaining. Why? So that we will get that Paramatma Tattva Jnanam and we can move on the right path. But when he is trying to tell, many people are unable to understand him. So he thought, okay, I am not visible. Okay, people are not able to see me. So let me come in their form, in the Manushim Rupam. So he comes in the Manushim Rupam. And even then, people, that is what we discussed in the very beginning of the class. He showed his Vishwarupam. And he said, so the Krishna that is going around you every day is none other than the Paramatma. This is my Vishwarupam. See, you can see all the Bhutani in me, all the Panchabhutani, everything, the Prakriti, everything. You can see clearly the whole Srishti is me. But in spite of that, even after seeing, some of them were unable to see, so they closed their eyes. So means they did not even do enough Satkarma Charana to be able to see the Vishwarupam. And people like Bhishma and Dhritarashtra, they were able to see, but still they remained, they did not change their ways. Right? So for such people, he is telling, in the context of such people, Manushim tanum ashritam mam avajananti. Bhutamaheshwaram mam. So why Bhutamaheshwaram? Because he is the creator of all these Bhutani in this Prakriti. So Bhutamaheshwaram mam avajananti. Avajananti is not simply not knowing, it is ridiculing. Like, who are you? You are nothing. You are like any other person. Like how Shishupala did. So that is avajananti. Why? So that is the reason why they are called Moodhaha. And Ajanantaha. Why are they Moodhaha? Because they are not able to know. What are they not able to know? Param Mama Bhavam. They are not able to know my true self, my true Rupam. So that is the reason why they are considered as Moodhaha. So here, anyone who is not able to understand the Paramatma Tattva Jnanam. Paramatma Tattva Jnanam means, in simple words, in our day-to-day life, how we should look at it is being able to see the Sat and Asat, difference between Sat and Asat. What is permanent, what is not permanent. Why? Because many times we run after things that are not permanent, whereas we leave aside the things that are permanent. Here again, what is permanent? Sat and Asat. Nityam, Anityam. Nityam is the Paramatma Tattva Jnanam. Means we have to follow the dharma. In Laukika terminology, we can look at it as doing the Satkarma Charana, not having any Akanksha while doing any kind of Satkarma Charana and not being attached. So these three things, if we practice, That will become the real Satkarmacharana, and knowing the Sat. That is knowing the Sat. What is Asat? Not knowing what is real. Not knowing what is real. So we put all of our energy in the materialistic things, in acquiring things, in protecting those things. So our focus is totally only on that. So that is asat. So then are we called moodhaha or not? If somebody is running after only materialistic things without not doing any kind of satkarmacharana, without having any kind of shraddha in the things that they do, and always expecting some kind of phalam in return, no matter what, even if they worship to God also, they are expecting something in return. They do some good karyam somewhere in the temple or somewhere, but they are expecting some kind. It may not always be, that benefits them, like some kind of recognition. Even recognition, many people will see. They want everybody to talk about what good they have done. Such kind of things also are considered as phalapeksha only. It need not always be some materialistic form of phalam. Okay, so even that we should not have, that kartrutvam, I have done this, I have done this, that also should not be there. That kartrutvam also should not be there. That is what in the previous shloka it is given, that adhyakshena maya. So here, why did Krishna say that adhyakshena maya? As an adhyaksha, I am supposed to do this. Now there should be a karta and an instrument, karanam. Right? For any karya to be done, for any vyapara to happen, vyapara is the technical terminology that they use in Vyakarana for an action to happen. Okay, so that for the vyapara to happen, there should be a karta and a karanam. Karanam is the instrument that is used. So even for cooking, even for the vyapara of cooking to happen, you need fire, you need a padartha, you need some water, you need some patra. All these are karanas. All these are karanas. And who is the karta? The person who is actually lighting the fire, putting the vessel, all this. That is his vyapara. Just because he has done that cooking, he should not get attached to that kriya. He is doing because food needs to be cooked. Food needs to be cooked. That is an action that needs to happen. So there should be a karta and the karanakarakas. So there it is happening. So here there is prakriti. It is a jada padartha. The prakriti by itself cannot do anything. So there should be some chalanam. So that is where the Paramatma comes. That is why he is called the Purusha and Prakriti. That is how they both come. Many times you must have heard the Purusha and Prakriti, that combination, right? So the Prakriti by itself is a Jada Padartha. It cannot do anything by itself. So the Purusha comes, the Paramatma comes and mobilizes everything to happen. That's all. That is where his role ends. He does not get attached to anything. Like how a cook, when the cook cooks, that is his vyapara. He needs to do it. But where is the mistake happening? Just because we have done something, we feel that we are the creators. We take that kartrutvam. Oh, I have done this. I have done this. Everybody should appreciate me for this. After doing this, I should get this kind of result, that kind of result. That should not be there. We should realize that we are only an instrument here. And we should not expect anything. And this kartrutvam also is not ours. Okay, it is already decided by Paramatma. If not by Paramatma or our own samskaras. So that is the reason why I am doing this. Like that, if we think, then we will not get attached to the karmas that we are doing. That is how even the Paramatma said, though I am doing this creation, the work of the creating all this, the karmas, I am not getting attached because I am doing with asaktata. So there is no asakti there. There is no attachment. That is what we are saying. So that is his role. So people who are not able to see that are considered as moodaha. Okay, and avajananti. So such moodaha, what are they doing? Because of their Moodhatvam, they are ridiculing me. They are ridiculing me. Even after I am coming in the form of a human form, taking a human form, so that, they can associate me with them and understand me. Even then, they are not able to understand me. Astu. Anantaram, any questions in this?
భగిని
Huh?
ఒక్కటి యాడ్ చేసి కొంచెం అంటే
చెప్పండి.
ఆయన భగవంతుడు అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటర్ ఏమంటారు అధ్యక్షుడిగా ఉండి ఏమి తటస్థంగా నిలబడినట్టుగా చెప్పారు కదా.
అవును.
సో అక్కడ ప్రాసెస్ జరుగుతుంది కదా, ఈ ఒక మళ్ళీ క్రియేషన్ ఎవరెవరి లైఫ్ కి సంబంధించింది వాళ్ళు తీసుకుంటారు కదా వాళ్ళ. సో ఇక్కడ యాక్షన్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది అని అనిపిస్తుంది కదా. అంటే అది భగవంతుడు ఇప్పుడు నేను ఏదైతే అంటున్నాము పరమేశ్వరుడు, ఆయన మాయాశక్తి, ఆయన అది ఏమి అటాచ్ కాదు కదా ఆయనకి. ఆయన ఇట్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు హిమ్ బట్ ఇట్ డస్ నాట్, ఆయనకి అంటుకోదు కదా అది. మనకి మన ప్రకృతికి యాక్ట్ చేస్తుంది అది కదా. కరెక్ట్. అంటే ప్రకృతిలో ఇట్ ఇస్ పుట్టింగ్ ఇట్స్ ఇది. సో మాయాశక్తి ఇంకా మనం చేసుకున్న మన ఉన్నాయి కదా సత్వ రజస్ తమ మన కర్మాలు బట్టి, సో అవన్నిటిని బట్టి యాక్షన్ జరుగుతా ఉందన్నమాట అక్కడ కదా. క్రియేషన్ ఒకటి నుంచి ఒకటి రావడం అనేది. ఓకే, కరెక్ట్. అంటే జస్ట్ అంటే ఆయన అట్లా ఉన్నారు, మనం ఇలా వచ్చేస్తున్నాం అంటే మధ్యలో ఏదో మిస్సింగ్ లాగా,
మిస్సింగ్ పాయింట్. దట్ మిస్సింగ్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ అదర్ దెన్
మాయాశక్తి అండ్ సత్వరజ తమో గుణాలు ఇవన్నీ కాంబినేషన్ లో క్యాటలిస్ట్ అండ్ ఎంజైమ్స్ అట్లా లాగా ప్రొడక్షన్ మళ్ళీ క్రియేషన్.
Those also again are a part of Paramatma only, but still doesn't have anything to do with that part అని అంటారు.
అవి అంటుకోవు ఆయనకి, లిప్త doesn't get attached to that. Yeah, okay, correct. Just wanted to complete అనిపిస్తుంది కదా అప్పుడు అనిపించి I'm getting
లైక్ ఇన్ అంటే మనము ప్రస్తుతంలో ఎలా దాన్ని చూడొచ్చు అంటే our children are born out of us. Right, so many of the times we feel that they are part of us. Why? It's because they came out of us. Kani, just because they came out of us, can we think that they are a part of us and that we ourselves have created? Can we take that ownership? No. Ippudu mana children who are born to one parent, they are of different kinds. They are of different forms. Their lives are totally different from each other's lives. Why? The same mother gave birth. So if the mother is really the creator, and if she thinks that she is the reason for their life, then how can she not have control over their lives? They are being born with their own samskaras. Similarly here also, but of course there literally she really doesn't have anything other than just giving the physical birth. But here when we go into the Paramatma level, like you said Bhagini, the Maya, which is also a part of Paramatma, will keep tab on their samskaras, we can say. So who is keeping tab? We are being born because of our samskaras, how we are being born and all. So somebody has to keep a tab, right? Ade anta Maya Shaktilone it will be there. Like that we have to understand.
So adi prakrutiloki belong aitadi.
So people who study astrology, they will be able to explain that even better. I have a friend who studied astrology, so she sometimes tells that it will be recorded in that cosmic positions. So again, when you are born, how are you born? Though two people are born on the same day, the planetary positions are exactly the same for both of them. But why again their lives are different? See, many times we think people born in a particular muhurta will have certain qualities, certain things and all this, right?
Correct.
But many people are being born in the same time. In the hospital, we see that all the time. So then, but why are they so different? So it is not only the planetary positions, but also the samskaras that they had in their previous lives. That also has a big role. Apart from the planetary position according to their this birth, also will come into picture.
Just one side of the coin and
No. Adanta oka cosmic energy lo, it will be that cosmic energy is a recent term that Maya is what we call in our scriptures. Which is again also a part of the Paramatma, but it is like a thing that is being maintained. Like he said, he has some Adhyaksha should be there. Simply, if an axe is put right next to a tree, that axe will not get up and cut the tree. There should be some Karta to do it. But the Karta has nothing, just instrumental, ante. So everything depends on the samskaras of that particular Jivatma. So like that, everything will be recorded. And who is keeping tabs on all that? It is all embedded into that system of the Prakriti and the Maya and everything. Atla, that is how we need to understand this.
Okay, Dhanyad.
Annapurna Bhagini, next shloka.
నేను ట్రై చేస్తాను బగ్ని, అలవాటు లేకుండా అయింది. I'll try.
Yeah.
మేఘాశ మోఘ కర్మాణో మోఘాశ మోఘ కర్మాణో మోఘ జ్ఞాన విచేతసః రాక్షసీమాసురి.
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ
ಆಗಲ್ಲ. Shall I continue?
Yes.
రాక్షసీమాసురీం చైవ ప్రకృతిం మోహినీం శ్రితాః. మేఘాశాః అకారాంత పుల్లింగ బహువచన
ప్రథమా విభక్తి బహువచన.
తర్వాత మోఘ కర్మాణః మోఘ కర్మణ్ నకారాంత
ప్రథమా విభక్తి బహువచన.
మోఘ జ్ఞానాః అకారాంత పుల్లింగ ప్రథమా విభక్తి బహువచన. విచేతసః విచేతస్ సకారాంత పుల్లింగ ప్రథమా విభక్తి బహువచన శబ్దం. రాక్షసీం ఈకారాంత స్త్రీలింగ ద్వితీయ విభక్తి ఏకవచన శబ్దం. ఆసురీం అది కూడా ఈకారాంత స్త్రీలింగ ద్వితీయ విభక్తి ఏకవచన శబ్దం. తర్వాత చ అవ్యయం, ఆ తర్వాత ఏవ చైవ కాబట్టి చ ఏవ అవ్యయం. తర్వాత ప్రకృతిం ఈకారాంత స్త్రీలింగ ద్వితీయ విభక్తి ఏకవచన శబ్దము. మోహినీం ఈకారాంత స్త్రీలింగ ద్వితీయ విభక్తి ఏకవచన శబ్దం. శ్రితాః అకారాంత పుల్లింగ ప్రథమా విభక్తి బహువచన. పదార్థః మమ పరం భావం. వేరే స్పైస్ చదువుతున్నాను. మోఘాశాః వ్యర్థతృష్ణాః మోఘకర్మాణః వ్యర్థయజ్ఞాః మోఘజ్ఞానాః నిష్ఫలజ్ఞానాః విచేతసః విగత వివేకాః. రాక్షసీం రాక్షస సంబంధినీం అసురీం చ ఏవ అసుర సంబంధినీం మోహినీం వ్యామోహకారిణీం ప్రకృతిం స్వభావం శ్రితాః ఆస్థితాః. మానుషీం నూనం మానుషీం తనుం ఆశ్రితం మాం అవజానంతి. అన్వయః మోఘాశాః మోఘకర్మాణః మోఘజ్ఞానాః విచేతసః రాక్షసీం అసురీం చ మోహినీం ప్రకృతిం ఏవ శ్రితాః Manushim tanum ashritam mam avajananti. Tatparyam esham manoradha vyardha karma vyardham jnanam cha vyardham तादृशाः बुद्धिहीनाः तमोगुणप्रधानाः राक्षसानां प्रकृतिम् आश्रिताः जनाः मनुष्याकारं माम् अवलोक्य अयं साधारणः इति भावयन्तः अवमानयन्ति. व्याकरणम् आसुरीम् आसुराणाम् इयमिति इदमर्थे अण् स्त्रीत्वे णिप् ताम् राक्षसाम् इयमिति इदमर्थे अण् स्त्रीत्वे णिप् ताम् मोघा आशा येषां ते बहुव्रीहिः मोघकर्माणः मोघानि कर्माणि येषां ते बहुव्रीहिः मोघज्ञानाः मोघं ज्ञानं येषां ते बहुव्रीहिः विचेतसः विगतं चेतः येभ्यः ते बहुव्रीहिः.
सो अत्र क्रियापदं नास्ति, अतः सन्ति इति अध्याहृतं स्वीकरणीयम्. सो के सन्ति? मोघाशाः सन्ति, मोघकर्माणः सन्ति, मोघज्ञानाः सन्ति, विचेतसः सन्ति, श्रिताः सन्ति. श्रिताः, so shritaha means like ashritaha, right? So kim or kam ashritaha, kam shritaha prakritim kidrishim prakritim
मोहिनीं प्रकृतिं
राक्षसीं प्रकृतिं मोहिनीं प्रकृतिं आसुरीं राक्षसीं मोहिनीं प्रकृतिं श्रिताः मोघाशाः मोघकर्माणः मोघज्ञानाः विचेतसः सन्ति. So here basically what kind of people will become moghashaha, mogakarmanaha, moghajnanaha and vichetasaha. So what is moghashaha? Vyartha trishnaha. So they have asha of doing something, say for example, but they are not able to do it in a proper way. Say for example, somebody has done a danakriya. So doing danakriya is a satkarma. But how did he do that dana karma? To feel that he is above that other person, maybe. You know, sometimes that ahankara also will be there. Because of that also, you know, they feel empowered by doing certain things to people who are, you know, in a lower position than them. So just to feel that, if a person does, then what will become of that karma? It is vyartham only. Though he did the dana karma, it is vyartham. He does not get any phalam out of it, punya phalam out of it. Why? Because he did not do with compassion. He did not do without getting any expectation, without phalakanksha, without any attachment. He did not do the dana karma like that. So he is a moghasha. Means all his, whatever he does will become vyartham only. Similarly, mogha karmanaha and mogha jnanaha. Mogha jnanaha means doing yajna without proper understanding of what is, how to do that, how to perform that yajna. So then yajna here need not be literal yajna, any kind of sadhana that you do. Any kind of sadhana that you do without understanding the purpose of that, if you simply do, then what is the purpose? It will become vyartha. That is what is being given here. So, vyartha trishnaha, vyartha yajnaha, nishphala jnanaha, vigata vivekaha. So Vichetasaha means Vigata Vivekaha, without any Vivekam, without any anything. Sometimes people do without thinking anything, right? So whatever karyam, whatever they did, it is vyartham only. There is no use. So like that. So, and what is becoming, or why, what is the reason for them to do such vyartha karyani? Because of their asurim swabhava, rakshasim swabhava, mohinim swabhava. Because they are in illusion. They think that if I do this, people will think I am great. If they do this, oh, I have to keep these people under control. That is why they do. So that is rakshasim, asurim, that rajasa and tamasa bhava that people have, make them do certain things. That is the reason why this, people are being so cruel. Sometimes the crimes, what is the reason for these meaningless crimes? Some people, they are hungry, they don't have anything to eat, they steal a small loaf of bread or something. That is a different thing. At least they have a purpose in stealing. But there are other thefts being done. They are all very rich people, but still they are stealing. Why? Because of their tamasika swabhava, rajasa swabhava. Why? Because they want to feel that many times the idols from the temples are being stolen, or big art pieces are being stolen, which are rare. So they need to feel that they have all such rare things in their possession. That is a tamasika and rajasika swabhava. Because of that, they do all these. So that is the swabhava that is making somebody do certain things, because of that kind of swabhava. So that is what here it is given. Because of this, they are becoming their prakriti, their nature, their swabhava. Because of this kind of swabhava, they are becoming these moghashaha, mogha karmanaha, mogha jnanaha. Whatever they do are becoming vyartha. Whatever deeds, even though they are doing, are becoming vyartha. So we have to also understand that when we are donating something to somebody, many times what people have in mind is, okay, today I'm donating this, so tomorrow I need to, they expect something from them. Maybe even a respect. It need not be that they should do something. So, oh, today I give this person, so tomorrow when he sees me, he will respect me. He will do some namaskaram or above his head or something. That also is a rajasa swabhava only. So why should we even expect anything from them, right? If only giving is our thing. And why are we giving? Only when we feel that they deserve it, they need it. Only then only we should give. Only to a person who is in need, we have to give. That is patradhanam. Apatradhanam is not encouraged. Why? Because it will only develop laziness in a person. So apatradhanam should not be done. That is another big sin, actually. So apatradhanam should not be done. We should only give things to people, whether it is materialistic things or jnanam or whatever. That is why even gurus in the olden days, they used to test and only accept certain students. They wouldn't simply take anybody, because there again patradhanam should be there. That is the reason why even Ekalavya, though he practiced the vidya by himself, even after Drona does not accept him as a student, he will practice. He has the capability. So he practices on his own just by observing, but he has that kind of shraddha on the guru. So he is able to get the vidya. But why did Dronacharya ask him as Guru Dakshina his thumb? Because Ekalavya did not have the vivekam when to use that vidya. Vidya is a very powerful thing. That kind of vidya is very powerful. If the student is not in the right mind, they can use it for destruction. So, and that was evident. He shooted arrows into a barking dog. So now the dog could not close its mouth. So what kind of prayoga is that? Why did he have to use his vidya to do such a thing? He can use it for a more responsible thing. So that shows that Ekalavya was lacking in his viveka a little bit. So that is the reason why Dronacharya asks him. Many times it was misrepresented as that he is jealous and He wanted only Arjuna to be the best archer. Arjuna
Agni, ఈ రోజు వరకు తెలియదు నాకు ఈ fact.
No, even I didn't.
Not many people know it. మనం అంతా ఇంత చదివితే కూడా ఇప్పుడు తినలేదు ఇది.
Because Dronacharya, except one quality that he had, he is a very great rishi. He is atitam to all such things, having a favorite student and all that. So the reason why he asked Ekalavya to give his thumb is because Ekalavya, as much of Shraddha that he has and was able to master the Vidya without Gurupadesham, he did not have the Vivekam of when to use. Like they say, no, with power comes great responsibility. So why, even in the movies, if you see, we see that there is one particular precious, some gem. Whoever has it will have the power. So always there is a fight between the good and bad. Why is it that it should not end up in the bad person's place? Because he is going to use it for destruction. He will use it to kill everybody, to gain more power. And what is he using that power again for? To earn more money or to keep people under his control. For all wrong reasons he is using. That is why always the Kathanayika will try to take away that from the villain. Right? That is what, even through movies, that is what is being told. Always the power has to be in a good person's hands. Even the big dynasties are also destroyed only when a bad seed comes onto the throne. Even with Raghuvamsha also, so many kings, such a good dynasty. But at the very end, one bad seed has come onto the throne and the whole dynasty collapses. Similarly, many Mughal empires, many empires have been destroyed only because of that one bad seed, right? So, similarly, here also that Rajasika, Tamasika, Swabhavam is the reason why whatever a person does will go in vain. It will all become Vyartha. So, we have to always keep conscious. We have to be conscious. Today, when we are doing one act, be very consciously. Why am I doing this? Am I expecting out of this? We can question ourselves. That is the best way to overcome any shortcomings, whether it is anger or jealousy or something, any negative emotion. The only way to overcome it is by questioning ourselves, that consciousness, and accepting, yes, I am angry. And why are we angry? Many times it will be because it did not go our way. 99% of the times it is because it did not go our way. That is why only we will get angry. So then, is it really necessary for that to be done according to our way? If it is not, then there is no reason for your anger. We should be able to accept that also. I am angry because I said this, but they did not do that. Exactly, they did not do that. So that is why I got angry. So then what should we tell ourselves? No, it is okay. I just suggested this. They may or may not like it. They may or may not do it, which is okay. So that if we accept from our side, then next time we won't get angry. And who is benefiting out of this? We are only benefiting. The other person is not benefiting. If we get angry or if we do not get angry, it is only us who will be at loss if we get angry, and benefit if we don't get angry. The other person will continue whatever they are doing anyways. So like that, if we think, and we can mend many of our ways, we can mend many of our ways. Of course, it will not happen overnight. Many times, 9 times we do, and we think we overcame our anger or whatever negative feeling. But then the 10th time it will again happen, which is fine. That also we should accept. Because we are only humans. We are still at the very, 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 very beginning level of our sadhana. So it is okay. That acceptance also should be there. Otherwise, we will get frustrated and give up. So that also should not happen. So we should be able to accept. No matter how many times we fall back, we have to again start climbing the ladder. Like that. So here, that every work that we do, everything, anything that we do, we should question ourselves, why am I doing? Either because we are doing out of our own free will, or because it is our responsibility. Because we are in this grihastha ashrama, we have some responsibilities. So I am doing this because this is my responsibility. So then if you accept that, then no expectations will be there, because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So why should I expect something from anybody? And then when we are doing something out of our own free will. So today I am doing this out of my own free will. So tomorrow, even if that person does not help me, we should not be sad or upset. Why? Many times what happens, oh, that particular day I helped him so much and today he did not help me. That happens all the time, right? Why? So when you are helping somebody, you help only out of your own free will, not with an expectation that they will do something back to you. And only if they really need it. Sometimes people, they barge in and do even if that other person does not need help. Why? Again, for some other reason. Like this, it is a big cycle. So all those actions will be vyartha if you are not doing them for the right reasons, if you are not doing them without any expectations and all this, they are all vyartha. They won't gather you any kind of, punyam or manchi samskara. So what is the point? So like that, we have to select what we do, make sure it is done for the right reasons and for the right people and for the right whatever need it is, and go accordingly. That's all. So here, and then those samskaras only will decide what will become of, our path. So this is the 12th shloka, right? So here, yeah, these are all the Kartrupadam with the Visheshanas, or you can take them as Samuchitas and Shritaha. Prakritim Shritaha, Asurim Prakritim Shritaha, Mohinim Prakritim Shritaha, Rakshasim Prakritim Shritaha. Then we have 13th shloka. Who would like to read it? Savitri Bhagini?
Ha, Bhagini. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritimashritah bhajanyanantyam bhajantya manasah jnatva bhutadim avyayam. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim ashritaha bhajantyah ananya manasa jnatva bhutadim avyayam. Mahatmanaha nakaranta pullinga pratama vibhakti bahuvachana tu avyayam. Mam asma shabdasya द्वितीय विभक्ति एकवचन. पार्थ संबोधना प्रथमा विभक्ति एकवचन. दैवीं द्वितीय विभक्ति एकवचन. स्त्रीलिंगम दैवी
ईकारांत स्त्रीलिंग द्वितीय विभक्ति
एकवचन. प्रकृतिम इकारांत स्त्रीलिंग द्वितीय विभक्ति एकवचन. आश्रिताः उपसर्ग श्री धातु त्वा प्रत्यय. Is it correct? Ashritaha?
Yes.
Bhajan.
Sarga Shri Dhatu. Shri Dhatu.
Shri Dhatu.
Pratyayam.
Bhajantya. Bhaj Dhatu. Lat Lakaraha.
It is Bhajanti.
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 Pratama Purusha Bahuvachana. Bhajanti Ananyam. Yes. Ananya Manasaha. Sakaranta pullinga pratama vibhakti bahuvachana. Jnatva jnadhatu tva pratyaya. Bhutadim avyayam. Both tritiya vibhakti ekavachana. Partha padartha. Partha Arjuna daivim deva sambandhinam prakritim swabhavam ashritaha praptaha Mahatmanah tu Mahanubhavaha tu Mam Bhutadim Mam Sarvabhuta Karanam Avyayam Avinashinam Jnatva Viditva Ananya Manasaha Ekagra Chittaha Bhajanti Sevante. Partha, Adnayah, Partha, Daivim Prakritim Ashritaha, Mahatmanaha, Tu, Mam, Bhutadim, Avyayam, Jnatva, Ananya Manasaha, Bhajanti. Tatparyam. Sattva Pradhanaha, Mahatmanastu, Devanam, Prakritim Ashritaha, Mam, Sarvesham, Bhutanam, Karanam, Avinashinam cha matva ekagra chittaha santaha mam dhyayanti. Vyakaranam. Daivim devanam iyam iti idamarthe and strite nip tam. Bhutadihi bhutanam adihi tam. Shrashti tatpurusha. Ananya manasaha anyasmin manaha esham te ananya manasaha. बहुर्विहि समासः न अनन्य मनसः नै तत्पुरुष समासः तावदेव तर्हि
सो अत्र क्रियापदं किम्
भजन्ति भजन्ति
के भजन्ति
अनन्य मनसः प्रकृतिम् आश्रिताः महात्मनः
सो अनन्य मनसः दैवीं प्रकृतिम् आश्रिताः महात्मनः भजन्ति किं ज्ञात्वा भजन्ति मां ज्ञात्वा भजन्ति कीदृशं माम् अव्ययं मां भूतादिं माम्
अव्ययं भूतादिं
अव्ययम् is indestructible avinashinam mam bhutadim mam sarvabhuta karanam. So bhutadim means I am the reason for all these bhutani. So yes. Bhutadim mam avyayam mam atva mahatmanaha ananya manasaha mam bhajanti.
Yes.
Daivim prakritim ashritaha. Earlier ones are they rajasim or rakshasim. And what is the other category? Asurim.
Asurim.
Rakshasim and Asurim.
Both are same, isn't it? Asuri is Rakshasi.
A small difference between the Rajasa and the Tamasa, how the difference is like that Asurim and Rakshasim. Rakshasis are more Rajasa Swabhava and Asuras are more Tamasika Swabhava.
Okay. Okay.
So here these are Daivim Prakritim. So these are Satvika Swabhavaha. So they will understand the Tattvam of the Paramatma. And because of that, Ananya Manasaha means their focus is on nothing else other than the Paramatma Tattva. The Paramatma, that's all. In everything, in every action that they do, what can I do to become closer to Paramatma? What am I doing? Am I doing what is being asked of me as a, person following? Like that. So in every action, if we question ourselves, what I am doing is it the right thing that I am doing? Am I doing it for the right reasons? Am I doing it without phalapeksha? Am I doing it, without attachment? All these, if we keep questioning in every of our actions, automatically, when we are trying. So we will learn how to do without phalapeksha, without attachment. That will slowly we can develop, but we have to question every action of ours. Only then it will happen. Only then we will step back. Sometimes we need to step back to see what we are doing. If we get caught up in that, because many times we will be engulfed with people who are of different swabhavas. So we should not get carried away with that situation. We should step back sometimes, see clearly what is happening, and accordingly, if we do and question our actions, then automatically we will learn how to do without phalapeksha and without attachment. Kim Bagini?
Nothing.
Okay. So that is how it is being explained. So here a small story is told for us to understand even a little more better. So once Krishna and Arjuna will be simply taking a stroll in the Vanam. There they will come across an Maharshi, and he will have a very faint, very an ashramam, a small hut kind of thing, but which is like in Sidhilavastha. It is not, it is worn out and all very, and even the Maharshi himself is very weak and very poor. It is clearly known that he is very poor and very weak also. So Krishna and Arjuna will go and they will ask that Maharshi, we are hungry, can you give us something to eat? So the Maharshi will feel very bad because he does not have anything to offer, but he will find 4 grains in his ashram. So he will bring those 4 grains and give Krishna. And okay, they will take, and Krishna is happy, and they will turn back. And while coming, they will simply take, a few steps away from the ashramam, and the ashramam will burn. So Arjuna will understand that this is Krishna did this. And he is like, he has so much of bhakti. He did not have anything. Only the 4 grains that he had also, he gave us. Why did you do this? Krishna will not say anything. He will simply smile and they will walk into the town. There they will come across a building which is very rich, and there is something going on in that, some puja or something. And Krishna will go there and he will again stop at the door, at the gate, and he will ask for alms, for some food. So nobody will even acknowledge. So few times he will call out, and at the very end he will call out very loudly. Then the house owner will hear and he will come. And he will say, don't you see how busy we are? How can you keep disturbing, like shouting like this? Please go away, or you wait there on the side. After we are done with our karyakramam, if anything is left, we will give you. So then Krishna will say, okay, thank you very much for your kindness. You should prosper very well with so many kids and all that. So now Arjuna is totally confused. He will say, and they will walk away from that place. So then he will ask Krishna, what are you doing? I don't understand anything. There that Maharshi was he had so much of bhakti and shraddha, and whatever little he had, he gave without even feeling bad that he's sharing what is left. He did not even worry about what he is going to eat. He will give away that few grains. And this person, he's so well, he's very rich and all, and you are still blessing him with more, happiness. So what is this? Why are you doing this? So then Krishna will explain. So with that Maharshi, he's on the right path. He's very much there. But only one thing was stopping him. This ashramam. It is in the Sidhilavastha, but he's still not able to let go of it. He has that kind of attachment with that hut because he built it when he was, first independent or whatever. So if that is burnt, then he will move forward. That is one thing that is stopping him from moving forward. Sometimes it happens, right? We are on the right mind with everything, but there will be some small thing that is pulling us back. So he needed a little bit of help there. So Krishna thought by burning that ashramam, he will be free of that one small attachment that he has. So he will move forward. He's not going to build another one. Why? Because he has no interest on anything else. Only that one thing, that small thread is pulling him. Whereas here, this Dhanika, he is still in the midst of all that materialistic glory. So it is not up to Krishna to bring him out of that. As per his samskaras, he has to. He has to still go on. So that is only what I blessed him with. He has to continue in this. He cannot come on to the moksha marga yet. He is not ready for it yet. So even if I bless him with something that he's not fit for getting, nothing is going to happen. That is not in my hands. So I did only what they are fit for. There is nothing that I'm giving them, against their samskaras. Whatever their samskaras are, that only I have I blessed them with. That is how he explains to Arjuna. So that also we have to understand, because many times people always think, why is it is very unfair? Why are people? Some people are suffering. Some people are okay. Of course, everybody will go through. Any human, the birth of human itself is because we have good karmas and bad karmas that we have to go through. But maybe with the particular person, we only see the good part of them. We see them when they are in their good phase, and we think that they have a good life always. That is not true. Everybody will have hardships and good part of their life. Sometimes we may not know. So just because we don't know, we cannot think that they are fortunate or lucky or whatever. And even if they are, it is because of their own samskaras. So that is how we should look at somebody. So they are so blessed. Why? Because of their own samskaras. Some people are still working their way up. So we should be compassionate to such people. So they are still working their way up. So sometimes they might need a little help there. So such things like that, that is how we need to look. There is nothing unfair. It appears like it is unfair, but it is not unfair, because everybody is in their own journey. Some people are ahead, some people are a little behind. That's all. Because everybody cannot be in the same phase, right? Like even with people, some people, 90-year-old people are there, 70 are there, 40 are there, even 1-year-olds are there. Why are not everybody of the same age? Because everybody is in their own journey. Some people start early, some people start a little late. Similarly, the path of Jnana Marga is also like that. A few people, because maybe they have passed so many births already, and whereas somebody has just started. So such things will be happening. That is how we need to look at it. So everybody will be getting as per their own samskaras. There is nothing even Paramatma can do. He is only the Srishtikarta, but he's only like an Adhyaksha, he only watches, like a Sakshi, he only watches, like how Udasinavat is given, no, that word we can remember. Like that, he, even within our own Sharira, it is there, that Sakshi is there. So whether we are doing good or bad, it all depends on our buddhi. Why? Because as a human, our buddhi is given so that we can think with it, and we can put into practice what we are learning. Whereas other animals cannot do, other animals or plants or other jivas cannot do. Only Manishi can do. So we have to make use of that buddhi. That is the reason why the Manushya Janma is considered as very pavitram. Why? Because we can do the sadhana and move forward in our moksha marga. Whereas the other jivas cannot do that. So we should not fall back into those lives again, into those shariras again. We have to try to continue in this. How? The Sakshi will be there within us. The Paramatma is there within everybody. He will be there, but he is in the background, right? We cannot, he will only be watching whether we are doing good or bad. The more good we do, the more prasputam it becomes. The Paramatma within us will become more visible to others. The less we do, only the outside actions will be visible. So that is how we need to look. And remember that sometimes we see that people are blaming the Paramatma for their ill fate. I am in so many difficulties. The Paramatma is not doing, God is not doing. I've offered him so many prayers and all that. That also we should not do. That is again considered as that Rajasa Swabhava, right? So we should not do that. We should remember not to do that. And if anybody within our, proximity does that also, we should explain it to them if possible, that it is our own doings and we should learn how to mend our ways rather than blame something else. Okay. So we shall stop here. Anyone who would like to say the Shanti Mantra?
ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम।
धन्यवाद।
ధన్యవాదాలు.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
ధన్యవాదాలు.